Welcome and welcome back to Sun, Moon, Rising interviews. I am erucarose, astrologer and energy reader, and this is our guest today,
Hi.
Jaycee. Jaycee, do you want to tell them your Sun, Moon, and Rising?
Sure. I'm a Scorpio sun, I'm a Virgo moon, and a Pisces rising.
I'm excited to see you today.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you. I wanted to meet you forever.
I know, it's been a lot of Instagram, hi, talking about astrology.
Yeah, I'm really into astrology. It's kind of one of my things. So I think a lot of Scorpios are into crazy things like that. So we're crazy.
You have more of a...
we're crazy Scorpios.
You have more of a hold to it, for sure. So I'm happy to have you here. Another Scorpio. So we got 2 Scorpios today.
And we have split hair colors.
Yeah, which I would say I'm horizontally split or vertical, and then she's the other way.
I don't know.
Which,
diagonal.
So I've got 12 questions for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
There are no wrong answers. It's just all about you. Number 1. What elements do you resonate with most? Water, earth, fire, air?
So I have a little bit of everything in my chart, and I can relate to all of them. I also have a lot of Libra placements, and that's very both ends kind of relations. So I can relate to all of them, and I have the least amount of fire in my chart, but I'm very attracted to it. So
that's your North Node and your Venus. You still have it at pole.
Yeah, but I've done a whole what's your most dominant element thing online, and my most dominant element is earth. So yeah,
you're very grounded at the same time. Number 2, do you feel most comfortable in the morning, afternoon, evening, or night?
Not the mornings, that's for sure. I hate mornings. I've got to have 3 cups of coffee as soon as I wake up.
It's a struggle. For me too.
Yeah. I prefer the evenings, late at night. I could stay up all night. I'm really great at just staying up and keeping my mind active. So I guess that's my answer, evening or night.
Yeah. Something about the Scorpio energy and the darkness coming in.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
I just feel more comfortable in the evening. This is very bright for me.
We're from the underworld, you know.
Can't handle all of this brightness, okay? Number 3, are you a lover or a fighter?
I'm definitely a lover. Definitely. I kind of live by being positive and flowing love and things like that. That's a big motto of mine. And I also am not confrontational really at all. I'm in competition with myself, not other people. So
right, so you're not worried about getting into an argument,
I mean, I can debate with people, but whenever I'm talking to somebody and we don't agree, to me, we're discussing. We're not fighting.
Yeah.
I can discuss things,
For sure.
Without being competitive or I'm going to put you down or make you feel bad about it at the same time. So
it definitely feels like your gut instinct is to kind of show up with caring and loving. That's how you operate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4. Generally speaking, are you more ask or tell type of person?
I can talk a lot. So if I'm around somebody who, is a good listener, I can just nonstop talk. But I'm also a good listener, so I can do both. I guess I can do both of all of it.
When you're talking to people, are you focused on I don't know what to phrase that. Do you feel like you're asserting what you want to say, your point, or are you kind of asking them to get the answer to come up as the point?
I am a Libra Mercury.
I was I can kind of see it go both ways with you.
Yeah, so Mercury is your house of communication. Mine's in Libra, which is a very balanced sign. It's also a very, I want everybody to get along kind of sign. So that's just my communication, is both. I can't answer it any other way.
You're probably interacting a lot with, like you said, either just now or before, it depends on the person, because Libra is a very relational type
so
energy.
I kind of was getting to that point too. If I'm around somebody who doesn't want to talk as much, I can fill in the areas, and I can be quiet too, but I like a lot of conversation, so most of the time I'm going to fill that in. And if I'm around somebody else who talks a lot, I can totally listen to their side and bounce back and forth on our ideas and perceptions and stuff.
Number 5, generally speaking, are you focused more on people or tasks?
As a whole, like my everyday life tasks.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of stuff done.
You're a productive person.
Yeah.
Virgo moon.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's my Virgo moon. But at the same time, like I really enjoy being around people, so I'm not completely all task oriented.
Right.
You know, I do like to communicate, like I was just saying. So
yeah,
I enjoy the company of most people.
You get both sides of it really well.
I attract positive people in my life a lot too, because I try to attract what I am. So I've like made myself a very, you know, I'm very aware of it. Yeah, find your tribe type thing. Go with the flow. That's probably gonna be a thing I say a lot through this.
The water signs are all gonna come on here like, we go with the flow.
Yeah.
Man. Sag, North Node.
We're all gonna call each other man. Don't you know, dude?
It's chill, okay?
Yeah.
Just feel it out.
It's all good. It's all free flowing.
Number 6, would you consider yourself a planner, or what other methods do you use to move through life?
That has been a big thing in my life so far. So I'm a Pisces rising, and like as you know, Virgo and Pisces are opposition, and my ascendant is literally in opposition to my moon. So as when I was younger, I had to overcome this lesson because I would try to plan everything out. I would think every, you know, and I used to like organize even down to like what I wore like to school. I had a calendar in my closet where I wrote down what I wore so I wouldn't wear something too often. But you know what? That is a stressful life.
It is.
And my Pisces, I had to find more of that as I learned, like, you know, as I went through life, I learned that you can go with the flow of life and it's a lot easier. So I heard something one time that really changed my whole perception on that. And it's very like deep and spiritual. So it was like, picture life like a river. And while you're going through this river, you can grab onto branches or, you know, anything, try to pedal backwards as you're flowing through and make it hard on yourself. Or you can just go with the flow and watch things work out how they're supposed to. Yeah. And once I started doing that, like so much in my life started working out how it's supposed to. It's not perfect. My life's not perfect. But, you know, whenever you go through those things that don't work out, you have to remember that life has a plan for you. It's just go with the flow.
It's just part of it. It's just part of it.
Yeah. It makes it easier. You know, it's not so high anxiety. Virgo moon is a very like high anxiety placement that I've had to deal with. So being the opposite and making sure I think that way instead of the other way has helped me tremendously. So that opposition.
It's a lot to balance in life. Any opposition placements. In your big 3 are heavy.
I have to remind myself daily to just trust and just go with the flow. And then my Virgo moon steps in and it's like, oh no, this could happen, and this could happen, and this could happen. And I'm like, no, just take a breath. Just smoke some weed.
It definitely can help. Oh my gosh. Yeah, especially with that like earthing of it, of smoking cannabis, and then like the air element. Like I think it can be really healing, especially when you have a lot of that on your chart. Yeah. Or if you're missing it on your chart too, I could see in some ways. Number 7, how do you feel about taking risks in life?
I really love taking risks. I've done a lot of
love risks.
Yeah, I do. I like adrenaline rushes and stuff like that. But that being said, I won't just take any risk. I take calculated risk. So I kind of like, if it's something that, you know, I do like to ride motorcycles and things like that. Like that can be dangerous, but it's so fun and worth it to me. So, but at the same time, I don't gamble. Like I'm not a gambler. I will go buy shoes.
There's risk management there.
Like assessing it a little bit. I think that's another part of having a Virgo moon is just being an assessing person.
Right.
So
it can really keep that Pisces side in check too, because Pisces can get lost in things so much. And one of the big factors that comes into Pisces is even like addiction at times, where they can't keep like do self-regulate like that. But Virgo is all about self-regulating. Yeah, like, it can do that.
It works. I can definitely say that I have a non-addictive personality. Have I been around things that can be addictive and relate to why people become addicted? Yes. But for some reason, I am able to just like, whoa, check that side. Like, nope, don't go that far into it.
That.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it's also a struggle, like I was saying, because I have to check myself on both ends daily.
Number 8. How would you say you handle pressure?
I am pretty good at pressure. I was telling you a story earlier, and you're like, oh yeah, you just like looked at the moment, assessed the situation, and went straight to action and like solved the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm very like calm whenever it comes to pressure. I was in the food service industry. I was a waitress and like a bartender and things like that for a really long time.
You get used to that pressure.
Yeah, you do. You know, your job being done right is dependent on so many other factors, and sometimes things just fall apart and it's all on you to deal with the issue, like with the customer, with the angry customer, with the terrible person, with the food being messed up. And it's, you know, you can't freak out, you can't cry, you know. I mean, I have cried, but whenever you deal with that for so long, you know, you just learn how to deal with things and just like take a breath in, fucking deal with this shit, get it done.
I think the Scorpio Virgo energy is really good at that too.
Yeah.
Like it shows through on the chart that way a lot too. I think being able to just like get to the core of a situation really fast, like really efficiently. I think that Scorpio can like do that kind of cut.
Yeah, Scorpio has that power. Yeah.
It feels intense.
Intense.
Number 9. Who in your life do you feel knows you best?
So, you know, whenever you're talking to Scorpios, you're probably going to get to a question that isn't always the best answer. And I think this is why Scorpios are very like, have their walls up.
Yeah.
So I don't have anybody who I would say knows me best. I have people who know me for certain periods of my lifetime, but I'm very like, you know, whenever I have some great people.
There's a lot of boundaries.
Yeah.
A lot of layers.
Yes.
You're still looking for someone who would be a significant person that would get.
I mean, there are significant people in certain periods of my life who knew me very well, but I've grown from that period of my life since then, and now I'm a different person that they don't know anymore. I do have somebody I'm really close with now, though. My friend Jasmine and I, we've only known each other for like 2 years, though. So, I mean, she doesn't know the old me. She knows me now, so.
Let's see, number 10. What do you love about yourself in this life you're living right now?
Okay.
What's great about being
Jaycee? We talked about the opposition with my moon and my rising. I think because I have that, I have such a wide perspective of how to do things in life.
You get both sides of such really strong.
Yeah, that like flowy, spiritual, like Pisces vibe, and head in the clouds, dreamy. But that Virgo, keep your shit together, like discipline and analyze. But also, you know, that's not all Virgo's about, but that's the part that balances it out with Pisces.
You get the best of both worlds with that on your chart.
Also, like you were saying, Virgo is a very caring, like, acts of service kind of sign, and Pisces is very the opposite, like flowy, dreamy, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And then you get the intensity with Scorpio and all of the like fun Scorpio stuff.
Yeah, Scorpio stuff is fun.
We're talking about Scorpio stuff. We have the same Scorpio tattoo as well. We've seen a lot of Scorpio. If you're a Scorpio and you have a scorpion on your hip, you have to reach out.
One of my best friends has one too. I notice it all the time. If the Scorpios choose that, they rule the sexual organs. Yeah, so it's interesting how a lot of Scorpios choose that spot.
They want it in the area it rules very naturally.
Yeah. I think I make a difference in people's lives quite a bit. I make people think about things they don't normally think about. Maybe it's...
But in a caring way.
Yeah, in another perceptive way, you know. I am... How should I put this? Yeah, I think I make a difference in people's lives. Not everybody, you know. Sometimes I make a negative difference in people's lives. I'm sure I have, you know, in my lifetime.
Kind of
who hasn't?
Having a life.
Yeah. But I really like the fact that I've been through things that makes me actually care about people. So, and a lot of people don't have a caring perception of me. They just don't really know me.
Right. And that can be another layer with the Scorpio stuff. And Pisces rising, you can see a lot of people like reflecting, like it's almost like an illusion a little bit. Like they feel like they're seeing their Neptunian like version of you, and it's not necessarily you. And then Scorpio has this other layer of, like,
I've met so many people on first perception of me, like say they know me online or something, and then I meet them in person and I'm like, I didn't expect you to be like this. I get that a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just me.
Just happens, you know.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Number 11, any life mottos you live consciously by?
I think I kind of already touched on it a little bit. I'm a firm believer that the thoughts that you think and the energy that you put out with your actions comes back to you in life. So I believe in putting a lot of like positivity and love out there in life. And, you know, I'm like any other person. Like sometimes I have, you know, a little like negative emotion or something, but I believe in like checking that. And I believe your actions, like, if you love doing something, you have a passion for something, or you just, something brings you a lot of joy, like a hobby or, you know, whatever, that you put your output energy into that, even if it's like, you know, a little bit at a time. And I think that kind of energy output comes back to you. So if that explains my life motto, there's a lot of them.
I feel that. I resonate with that a lot. Number 12, what advice would you give your younger self or someone with similar placements as you?
So I think Scorpios get lost in love a lot in a dependent way, a very dependent
It's
way.
like a power thing at the same time.
Yeah.
You get the
Whenever I was young, I loved to love, but I let people take advantage of that. And I did a lot for people who didn't appreciate it and who, you know, didn't end up being the kind of person I thought they were, whether they just didn't really think about their actions or if they were just saying not, you know.
Right.
There's a difference between getting into somebody in a loving way because you appreciate who they are and getting into somebody because you need their approval kind of way.
Definitely.
And that's something I would probably say to myself, like, live for yourself. You know, yes, you can love people, but don't live for other people.
Yeah. That can be really hard with Virgo moon, especially because part of Virgo is being of service and nurturing something or someone.
You have to learn how to balance that. Yeah.
Bonus, how do you feel about each of your sun, moon, rising placements? What does the rest of your chart look like?
So I study astrology a lot. I know my whole chart. I can tell you all of it, but my favorite placements, so I have Mercury and Mars in Libra. I really like those placements because Libras are really great with people and they're very like empathetic. And I also have not a conjunction, what's it called whenever there's 3 or more planets?
Stellium.
Oh, I also have a stellium in Capricorn in my 10th house, which is your house of career, and I think that makes me very driven. And you pointed out to me that I have my Vesta in 10th house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've thought more into that since you asked me about it. I'll tell you about it later. Yeah, it's a great thing to have. And another one, you can choose whichever one you want.
Keep going. We're good. We're doing fine.
And I have my Sagittarius Venus in my 9th house conjunct my midheaven, and that's a pretty good one. Yeah, it's a lot of fun and adventure and putting positivity out there and growth. I'm very driven towards like growing, and I'm attracted to people who, you know, like to grow and advance in their life. So in whatever way they choose to do it.
It's so empowering.
Yeah.
And you feel like, oh, they're also partaking in the journey of life. Let's go.
Yeah, it's an adventure.
Let's caravan.
Yeah.
All right. So are there any projects you're currently working on that you'd like to shout out, and how can we connect with you?
I've got lots of projects. Just follow my page, I guess, my Instagram. I do a lot of different things. My Instagram is Ethereal Jaycee, which is interesting with astrology because I chose that name because I'm a Pisces rising.
It fits so well.
What I did is I did have my name, hey, it's Jaycee, and I was like, no, I need to change it. It's so generic. So I was like, well, you know, I study astrology, and my first impression of people would be my Pisces placement. So I wanted to have like some kind of like, I Googled from another world. And I just started looking through different adjectives for that.
I
And
don't know,
ethereal.
but I found these results on search.
Oh. And ethereal is what popped up, and I was like, ooh, I love that.
It
And and since then I'll watch videos on astrology, and I've heard the word ethereal described for Pisces so many times. Yeah. So
I almost thought that it was kind of reversed that way. Like you picked ethereal because it is like a Pisces term.
oh yeah, so like I just came up with
it just happened that way. I love it. I love it even more now.
Yeah. But I also
Instagram.
I model for fun, but sometimes it makes me money too. So, but it's a creative outlet for me. I love it. Self-expression and everything.
Her pictures are incredible. She's a great.
It's my art. And I'm
beautiful.
also a Virgo moon, so I like to work on my body. I'm very into the gym. That's another project, I guess, in my body, myself. I'm a self project. That's my project.
Also, the Sagittarius placements can be very like physical like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
No, it's really cool. I've seen you post a lot about like gym selfies and like going. It makes me want to go to the gym.
Yeah, I like to be motivational, so that's another project on my Instagram. I like to I post a lot of my perceptions in life, and I'm told that I help people a lot with certain things. A lot of people can resonate with some of the things and motivational in general with a lot of things. So,
yeah, it can be really helpful when you're intimidated or like unsure about how to go about it. Like getting a perspective from other people can be really helpful.
Yeah, and I also like the idea that the reason that I got into, I've always been into fitness. Like it's been a great outlet for me emotionally, because it helps me deal with things. It's kind of like a counseling session, but with your body, So I've always been into it. But I remember whenever I was about like 23 or 24, starting to look up other professional athletes on Instagram and stuff like that, and like body goals, and just seeing it as motivational instead of like competitive.
Yeah.
So that's why I post a lot of stuff too. Not that I think I'm perfect or anything, but hey, I've come a long ways. Like I do a lot.
My progress and my experience.
Yeah. So
I like that approach too.
So even that motivating people, if they take it the right way.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us and joining us today.
It was fun.
It was so
I
fun.
hope I contribute to your astrology page because it's kind of my thing too.
But I'm so happy to have you here and connect and like show everybody.
I'm excited to
this,
watch you.
Like combination too.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch all your podcasts and stuff.
Thank you so much. Well, light her up on social media. You can light me up too. You can like and subscribe to this. If you have any similar placements as her, if you have a Scorpio sun, a Virgo moon, or a Pisces rising, and you relate to anything that she said today, like leave that in the comments. We'd love to see it and hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
This has been Sun, Moon, Rising interviews, and we are.
We are
Am I high again?
We are fucked.
We are fucked. This has been Sun, Moon, Rising interviews. Wishing you guys all the love always. Bye.